a lot of problems for Joe Gibbs Racing on this restart. We see Chandler Smith, Sheldon Creed going to be penalized, and we've got a crash off of turn 12.
Brandon Jones involved in that.
Brandon Jones is 3 feet in that tire burn. Look at how deep that car is.
Look at this. Well, we said it. Cautions breed cautions.
You said it.
Did you say it?
We were clean in stage 1 and stage 2, and here we are in the final stage. Less than 15 to go, and the caution is out again. This our 4th yellow of the day.
And for Allgaier, he hates this because you only have so many tricks up your sleeve of what you're going to do on the restart. You got to do something different every time. I thought he did a great job with the last one. We'll have to come up with something else to do on this next one.
Well, and obviously Chandler Smith has a couple wins to fall back on, but Brandon Jones, with that runner-up finish last week, was hoping to build momentum here. We saw that playoff leaderboard earlier, still trying to fight his way into the playoffs. Not the day he was looking for. Spent time yesterday preparing, running the ARCA race.
And Jones came in 15 points above the playoff cut line after that great run last Saturday in Charlotte. But unfortunately going to record a DNF with a late incident in Portland.
I can't wait to go back and see what caused all this. We almost had like 2 separate incidents, it looked like, in the same corner. As we were focused on Chandler Smith, this all broke out.
And all kinds of equipment.
It's almost like that car is stuck on something there, yeah.
Meanwhile, the leaders drive by. It'll be 7 laps to go this time.
Whoa. All right. That's one way to get it out of there. See Brandon moving around a little bit inside the car there.
Yeah, I think he stayed in thinking, not knowing how bad the damage is,
bad.
right? Like, it's bad. We can tell him he can get out.
Yeah, that or he just felt like unsafe to get out when he might pull me in the wrong direction, and now I'm sure he's gotten word that he can climb from the race car. This brings me to some of these cars getting banged up late in this race. Another road course race next Saturday. So how do you manage your fleet of cars going down to Sonoma? And I know a lot of these top-tier teams will bring a couple of vehicles, and they'll plan to run a different primary next Saturday at Sonoma than what they ran here today. But that's something to consider as we look down the road in 7 days as Jones takes off the helmet and climbs from the race car. Always a good sign anytime you have contact like that. Well, let's rewind. I mentioned this briefly. Sheldon Creed penalized on the restart. You guys tell me what you see here.
Yeah, if you look right there, they have to cross that white line, and he got out of line before that, so he's going to get penalized for basically getting out of line too soon.
And you touched on that earlier, how hard that would be to actually pull out of line too soon, because normally it's a start-finish line. Here,
I didn't think it was possible, actually.
Now we know.
And I thought Chandler Smith did a nice job backing out right there, getting himself in the right position. You see him off in the background.
44 is Brennan Poole.
Second exit.
Oh, and Jones just has nowhere to go right there, trying to get to the outside of Blaine Perkins, who both of those cars end up. You don't realize how fast you're going on a road course until things start to go wrong.
Yeah, and the way that this racetrack works is kind of like Watkins Glen on the exit of the last corner, where things just bottleneck, and once somebody's sideways, there's absolutely nowhere to go.
Yeah, these guys are all being aggressive in the back of the pack. And we were focused over here on Chandler Smith.
Coming out of the exhaust pipes. I don't know if it's burning.
Could have been, yeah. That's a good point, Trevor. Could have been some fluid coming out of the car, but this wreck happens on around the corner, and it's really Brennan Poole just hooking Blaine Perkins that sends him then out into the main flow of traffic. You hear his engine. Yeah, his engine does blow up right there. He has the damage from something else.
Well, I remember back in qualifying, you talked about